Dr. Oz, he's running for Senate. And also he made an appearance at this rally with Donald Trump since he's now endorsed him and he's promoting everything he's up to. But let's see how that whole thing went there. Watch.
That's how I feel. My friend, Dr. Mehmet Oz, he's a great man. But first, we have to secure a massive victory for Dr. Oz in this primary, so get your friends.
Face and we'll fight back. Are you willing to fight China? Will you fight for our kids in our schools? Are you going to fight back to keep our borders clean? You're going to fight back to make sure we don't have Fauci. You want to fire Fauci? I thought that would get you worked up.
Dr. Oz definitely need to find a way to get them worked out. So let's go Fauci, maybe even go CRT, Antifa, BLM. Just hit all the favorites and make sure they scream about whatever it is. They have no idea what the hell they're screaming about. But he did do that energy, as you heard. There's a little bit of booze there at the beginning. People were eating their sandwiches, wondering when the hell this guy's gonna stop talking. But there was actually a photo evidence of also what many of these participants were doing, because there are Republicans that aren't happy about this endorsement. So from Ron Filipkowski, he did tweet out, people in front of the crowd at the Trump rally stand and turn their backs on Mehmet Oz during his speech. There's a reason for that. Because Trump's endorsement of Oz, who's a physician, as we all know, and a popular TV personality, has drawn substantial backlash from some Pennsylvania Republicans, as well as prominent right-wing allies of the former president. Critics of Trump's decision to back Oz question the celebrity doctor's conservative credentials, with many preferring Republican Senate candidates Dave McCormick or Kathy Barnett. And Trump has repeatedly touted this celebrity of Oz, which is the reason why he chose him in the first place, as his status, as he's explained his support for Republican candidate. He leaned into those comments during his rally speech because he still thinks that's selling. So let's watch this.
And by the way, your wife is so incredible. You're gonna get a great first lady. In the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, you're gonna get a first lady. I know her well, she's incredible. And does she love her family, her husband and her family? So thank you very much for being here and standing, especially the first lady, standing with us. Thank you very much. This is your home. I've known him a long time. His show is great. He's on that screen. He's in the bedrooms of all those women, telling them good and bad, and they love him. He came into a place where we had a lot of women sitting there waiting for something unrelated. They started going crazy. Is that Dr. Oz? That's Dr. Oz.
Jesus, this does not sound like something you want to go to. What a scintillating event, David. Well, we're talking about Oz. He's in women's bedrooms, and then you're like that was horrible. I don't know, maybe it's just a select quotes that us libs want to take. I don't know.
Well, maybe. I mean, Donald Trump is having some mental health issues because he's confusing, obviously, being a governor with being a senator. I mean, you don't have a first lady when you're in the Senate. Secondly, I sort of read into that Melania Trump has never really liked to go to Donald Trump events. She certainly hasn't done any in many years. So there's Donald Trump essentially projecting, saying, well, your wife really loves you because she's here. And Donald Trump's thinking my wife is, back in Florida and she doesn't want anything to do with me, and so I'm really mad about that. Look, this is a race that I think Democrats can pick up. I think they can win the Senate seat in the fall, especially if a guy like John Fetterman wins the Democratic primary, because I think the Republican primary is going to be splintered. Each one of these candidates is flawed. I think the Republican Party, with its endorsements from Donald Trump, has its flaws, and this was a winnable seat in Pennsylvania.
I think so, but this is the thing. Are they going to highlight some of these problems that Oz is having, at least as far as this endorsement process? I think it was Laura Ingraham was one of them, or Mike Pompeo, Ingraham, Pompeo, some big names from pundits to actual politicians. Yeah, I believe Pompeo's a politician, that have been pushing back on this. Are they going to capitalize off of this splintering within the party? Because this is one thing Republicans never want to point out, is how Donald Trump kind of divides everyone he even gets nearby, because it's about self-promotion. As long as they're still believing in his lie and believing in all the things that he has as self-promotion, you're his guy. That's just the way these things work. So that's.
No, I think you're right. And the fact of the matter is Donald Trump's endorsement of Oz is sucking up a lot of the oxygen related to the Republican race in Pennsylvania. So look, I think there's a very good chance that Oz loses. He doesn't get the primary. And then what? Republicans are going to be left with candidates that many of them have never heard of. It's going to be more difficult to raise money. And again, it increases the odds, I think, that whoever wins the Democratic primary wins this in the fall.
Yep, it goes straight back to that celebrity status, which again, Republicans hate it whenever it's a Democrat that has some kind of a status, which, by the way, I'm annoyed by that too. But I remember they painted Obama as he's a celebrity, he's an elitist, he's a Harvard law professor. I was like, man, which one do we hate? Okay, I mean, because if somebody goes to Harvard, then they're proud of that too.